Just call for something. Welcome to Fuckhole Radio Basement Times. Everyone open your holes on face and listen to good stuff.
We are live, Lemieux. And Lemieux, you're back, dude.
I am back, and I am more excited than I could ever imagine.
What's that?
I'm back, and I'm more excited than ever I've dreamed of this day.
You're funny, man. That's funny. Ooh, shit, Lemieux, I'm playing in the background, dude. Hold on. I don't want to do that.
Oh my god.
I got a little excited there, man. Oh, dude, let me tell you something, Lemieux. It's so good to have you back. Hello? You there? Lemieux.
Please tell me your computer hasn't gone to sleep already.
No, it
Oh my
hasn't.
god.
I got robot voice.
Gee,
Dude.
dude. Dude, put the Apple IIc away and crack something new open, please.
Dude, I got like that 1980s like fucking Macintosh.
Holy crap.
Oh, dude. So wait, Lemieux, did you like the new introduction?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on for a while, but yeah, I like it. It's good.
That was from podcast number 6, by the way. Did you listen to that?
I still haven't heard the whole thing, but what I did hear was pretty good.
Oh yeah, wasn't it pretty funny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. But hey man, welcome back, Lemieux. I'm happy to have you back. I missed you. The fans missed you. We all missed you. Despite you being a Pittsburgh fan, we fucking missed you, man. So welcome back and happy New Year to you. If I could hug you right now, I would, Lemieux, but I can't.
Well, Happy New Year to you and to all the gamers out there, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Lemieux, I'm happy that Steelers made the playoffs. Even though you guys aren't division champs like the Redskins, we all can't be winners. But that's okay.
What's your record? Like 3-13, and you won the division?
Hey. You know what? Division champs. We're 9-7, buddy.
That's all right. That's only one game worse than the Steelers. So that's all right.
Oh, you know what? I'm telling you. I'm about to pick up Madden so we can relive the rivalry. You want to know what? Hey, Lemieux.
I'm here.
Yeah, so did you hear what I said about the rivalry?
I did not. This is off to a blazing start. I didn't hear one word.
Oh my gosh. That shit's crazy. What I was saying is because we renewed the rivalry, or I should get Madden so we can renew the rivalry, right?
Yeah.
And so I can just scream in your headphone. You like that?
Yeah, that's fine. I would accept that in my ear all day long. That's fine.
Like Kirk Cousins?
Dude, he's a clown.
Oh, come on, man. Give the man his credit where credit's due.
At least Ben gets it done on the field and in the bathrooms. All right.
Oh boy, here you go with the. Hey, Ben probably hangs out with Bill Cosby a lot. But bum.
Shh.
Oh my god. Oh, Lemieux. Aren't you happy to be back?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready to start talking some games.
Yeah. So, oh shit. You know what, Lemieux? So, I had something to tell you, but I'll save it for later on the podcast. All right. So, Basement Radio Arcade. It's me, Enrique, aka the Aries Gamer, and we have again Lemieux66 back with us. Thank you again, Lemieux. Big shout out to the Hard Night Hustler Mini Club, whatever it's called. Cocaine's fan, Tilo Brown, PGA. I feel like I'm missing someone.
I don't know. It changes all the time.
Yeah, it does. So, all right. So, you know, guys, last night I did another podcast number 8. That was the 2016 Xbox One preview. And tonight we're going to do the 2016 PlayStation 4 preview, where Lemieux and I are going to be talking about, you know, all things PlayStation related for the PlayStation 4 this year. And I don't know about you, Lemieux, but I'm much more excited for the PlayStation 4 this year than I was last year. And a lot of it has to do with, I feel like Sony, for the most part, last year didn't have a lot of exclusive, like new exclusive content or exclusive games. We didn't see a lot of their big franchises come out. We saw some remasters, which is fine. I mean, I picked up Uncharted, picked up The Last of Us 2, and you know, in 2015 for the PlayStation 4. But that seems to change this, Lemieux, with Sony releasing some new IPs. We're seeing the return of some newer or some familiar faces with regards to some of Sony's first party stuff as well. So, but let me ask you something, Lemieux. What are you most looking for in 2016 for the PlayStation 4?
My most anticipated PlayStation 4 game of the upcoming year is probably Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That, that's so okay, guys. So that's a game being developed by Guerrilla Games. For those of you guys who don't know Guerrilla, they've made the Killer Instinct I said Killer Instinct, Killzone. Excuse me, wrong platform. Killzone franchise, and this is a new game for them. I mean, new open, ambitious world, which stars a young woman. I think her name is Aloy, and she pretty much wanders through a post-apocalyptic wilderness 1,000 years in the future. Humanity's kind of reverted back to living together as tribes, and then there's like these massive like mechanical creatures that look like dinosaurs almost, right, Lemieux?
Yeah, they definitely look like dinosaurs, and they like if you just glanced at the game, you would think it's like not based in the future, but based like in the caveman periods. But it's like you said, it takes place in the future with these huge, giant mechanical dinosaurs. It just looks really cool. Looks unique. It looks something new.
Yeah, no, it does. And the first gameplay footage that we saw at E3, the game really looked like kind of like an action game that we've seen from Guerrilla in the form of Killzone, but more recently, some of the footage that we've seen seems to highlight some deeper RPG roots than we initially first saw when we first saw the game at E3. So, I mean, obviously this game's still a work in progress, but I think it looks good, Lemieux. I think it's one of those games that looks promising for the PlayStation 4. Now, in my opinion, I've always been a little skeptical of Guerrilla because I don't think the Killzone franchise has been that great. I think Killzone 2 is probably the best out of the Killzone franchise. But outside of that, I think the game looks pretty good, Lemieux. I mean, it's something that I'm really looking forward to. And you just mentioned this is your most anticipated PlayStation 4 exclusive title this year. So we'll see. My only hope is that it doesn't get delayed. That happened with Uncharted 4 this year. Or last year, I should say. I was kind of disappointed by that. But I mean, the game looks interesting, man. It certainly caught my attention. I mean, the world, like the world just seems massive, right?
Yeah, it seems huge landscapes, pardon the pun, but big horizons. It looks like it's going to be awesome. No online multiplayer as of now. I don't think it's going to have it, which is I'm fine with that. I don't need online to enjoy a game, but it looks really good.
Yeah. So we're we're going to get some. Well, I'm sure we're going to see more of the game at E3 this year. I'd be surprised if we did it. And yeah, man, it's on my radar. It's one of those games I'm definitely looking forward to. And it's interesting because it's set in the future. It almost looks like the aftermath of Killzone.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, here we are in the future, and there's these there's these robots we don't know, or these robot dinosaurs we don't know where they come from. From what it appears like, it looks like Aloy's actually hunting some of these dinosaurs. I think the last video they showed her kind of going through I guess the valley and kind of going stealth, hunting these massive creatures. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So let me, any guesses on the origins of these big creatures? What do you think, man?
I really don't have any guesses. It's the story of this game is going to be something I'm really interested in to see how this all came about. But I never really even thought about, what if it is possibly related to Killzone? What if they're, part of the same
Yeah.
world? That'd be pretty interesting.
That would be interesting. And actually, that might be something that I think I might dig. Like what if this is like, it ties in, like you said, to the aftermath of Killzone somehow. That somehow humanity, something happened, and humanity just reverted to tribalism, and maybe these dinosaurs or these whatever they are, mechanical creatures were created by man, and then I don't know, took over the world or something. Who knows? But that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. So that game is scheduled for 2016, Lemieux. No release, no actual release date, official release date 2016. And like you said, there's no multiplayer component, which I was kind of hoping it would, because Lemieux, I always like multiplayer components in my games. But who knows? Maybe that changes. And again, this game is a action role-playing game, so it's not just an action game. Definitely has some role-playing elements too, which I'm always a big fan of, playing those games that have both action and RPG elements. So Lemieux,
Yes.
let me ask you something else, man. I got a serious question for you. Are you a Caps fan now?
No,
Why not?
because I don't root for teams just because they're having successful seasons.
Lemieux, they're going to win the cup this year, man.
That's fine.
I tell you what's going to happen, Lemieux. When they're in the game, okay, this is what's going to happen. And by the way, I know we just completely deviated, but you got to understand something, viewers. I haven't talked to Lemieux in like 3 weeks, and I've known the dude for like 15 years or something. And we talk hockey all the time. But you know what's going to happen, Lemieux? Here's what's going to happen. It's going to be Game 7, right, against the Dallas Stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna buy a ticket for you to go to that game, and we're going to celebrate the Stanley Cup together.
I would gladly go, but I'm not going to celebrate anything unless it's Pittsburgh related.
Are you going to just sit there as Ovechkin hoist the cup up?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Lemieux. You're going to sit there with a Penguins jersey on too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Lemieux. That's insane. That's insane. So anyhow, back to the PlayStation 4. I know we deviated a little bit. So, one other game, Lemieux, as we're talking about exclusive games for the PlayStation 4 new IP. Do you remember watching the video for Detroit Become Human?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about that when you saw that at the Paris Game Show?
I was excited because I loved Heavy Rain was one of my favorite games of all time, and I still haven't played Beyond Two Souls, but I love that style of game, and I can't wait to play Detroit.
Yeah. You know what, Lemieux? And, Beyond Two Souls is out right now on the PlayStation 4.
It is.
Yeah. You should pick that up, man, if you haven't played it.
I thought about it. I'm waiting for a extra retail release so I can just GameFly it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You know what, man? I need to get on the GameFly, especially this coming April with all the shit that's coming out, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So Lemieux, I tell you what, I was a big fan of. I'm a big fan of Quantic Dream and David Cage's games. For those you don't know, Detroit was something that was initially previewed in 2012. It was kind of a short film that depicted a female android being assembled, and she becomes like self-aware. She has an identity, and they look at her as kind of being defective. And despite that, she's an android. She looks human. She's self-aware, and usually, according to the developer, when an android like that becomes self-aware, I guess protocol was to discard these models. So anyway, so we go to Detroit, and we see her, and you kind of, Lemieux, and I think you and I've talked about this before, but you kind of get like sucked in. You can see her self-awareness. You can kind of see how she, she has feelings, much like a human, and you kind of get the sense that there's this, animosity, or this, people are kind of looking down on her at this, as she's an android and not maybe human, and so you could tell she's kind of struggling with that, and there's this kind of emotional, at least for me, there's this emotional. I know this sounds crazy, but there's this emotional kind of connection to the character in that game, and outside of the visuals, I think it was the connection in that narrative that I think we're going to see in this game that really, for me, you know what, Lemieux, this might be my most anticipated PlayStation 4 title, 2016, man.
Oh yeah, and it's because of those visuals, that you can actually, actually read the emotion of these characters, and not just in the cutscenes, but in the actual gameplay itself. It should be fantastic.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Hopefully, we'll get more, information at E3. Maybe we'll get a, release date. But hey, this looks like another impressive game by Quantic Dream, and Quantic Dreams, again, like you mentioned, they've put out some good stuff on the PlayStation 3. I think some of their PlayStation 3 projects were some of the most, I think was some of the best looking games last console generation on the PlayStation 3. So, I don't expect anything less for this game, and from what we've seen. It seems to be that's going to be the case for Detroit. So we'll see. But isn't it interesting that the game's called Detroit?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there. What did you say?
No, I was just saying, isn't it interesting that they're calling this game Detroit, and that it's like set in this futuristic city?
Well, Detroit's a dumpster fire, so.
Oh boy, here we go, Lemieux. Come on, man. What is?
Oh my!
You are a Pittsburgh snob. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh's Steel Town, baby.
Oh boy, are you saying they should have had the game and should the game have been set at Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I mean, Last of Us had a few Pittsburgh levels. Why can't Detroit just be called Pittsburgh?
Lemieux,
Yes.
you there? I may have broken up for a sec.
You broke up for more than a sec. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great podcast. We just need some sponsors so we can get some equipment up in here. So, Apple, Dell, I don't care who it is. Let's get some sponsors.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Well, thanks, Lemieux, for the plug for sponsors.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. So Lemieux, so anyways, all joking aside about Detroit, what did you call it?
I don't know what I called it.
Did you call it a dumpster?
Oh, the city? It's a dumpster fire.
Oh my gosh. So despite your opinion of Detroit, so the backdrop of this game is that Detroit's become a manufacturing town again. That Detroit was known for manufacturing cars. In this game, it's known for now manufacturing Android. So, that's why this game is set in that city. So Lemieux,
Yes, sir.
I gotta ask you something else, man.
What up?
Do the Steelers make the Super Bowl this year?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they're going to go that far. I wish they would, but I don't think that they're going to make it. Their defense is don't like their defense.
Yeah. Oh man, I think they're going to go farther than a lot of people think, man. I really do. I really do. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Who are they playing round one?
The Bengals.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough match. Tough game, man.
Yeah, and it's on the road, but it's gonna be a tough one for sure.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna try not to deviate, go back to sports, but I like to try to talk trash to Lemieux about everything Pittsburgh. So That's why I go back and forth a little bit. All right. So Lemieux, one of the things that what's been kind of interesting with Sony is that this year in particular, as I mentioned earlier, they're bringing a lot of exclusive content, some new IPs. We already talked about Horizon Zero Dawn. We just talked about Detroit, but they locked down Street Fighter V as an exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that, man?
I think that's pretty huge. And it's gonna have cross play with PC players, so that's pretty cool.
That is
But
pretty cool.
Street Fighter is a huge franchise. I mean, the fighting genre isn't as huge as it used to be, I don't think, but that's still that's a good get for Sony.
No, it is. And, they also locked up King of Fighters as an exclusive too.
Yeah.
And so, one could argue, and some people have, that, Sony is kind of locked down with getting Street Fighter V, King of Fighters as console exclusives, that they've kind of become, possibly the console of choice for folks who are really in the fighting genre. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's now I'm not a big Street Fighter fan. I mean, those days have come and gone for me, Lemieux. I used to, go to the arcades when I was younger and, get my pants beat off by, some kid that was younger than me. So those days are over. I'm not into Street Fighter V anymore. But, other than that, I think that's a pretty big move. And I was really surprised to hear that news, that, Street Fighter V was going to be console exclusive. I was almost positive that, that game would have come to the Xbox One,
Well, I mean, they could always do something like, Super Street Fighter V or Street Fighter V Ultra or Turbo Edition. That could be always coming to the Xbox One, if you think about it.
Yeah. There could be some kind of variation to Street Fighter V. You're right. It could be like a Turbo or something like that. Yeah. But King of Fighters, I mean, I was really surprised by that too. I mean, that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've never played a King of Fighters game. They're intimidating, I think. I don't know if I can handle those.
Let me tell you something, Lemieux. I stopped playing fighting games. I mean, I played Killer Instinct, when I got the Xbox One, but I stopped playing fighting games, man, when Street Fighter came out on Xbox Live. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And that was on the OG Xbox, right?
Yeah.
And I remember playing against people in Japan. Oh man. Did you ever play? What's that?
Good luck.
Oh, Lemieux. Do you ever play any of those? Do you play those games online or Street Fighter on Xbox Live?
Just versus friends. I never wanted to have the public humiliation.
Oh my gosh, Lemieux. I don't know if you ever played anybody from Japan. First of all, they would never talk to you. You could get on your mic and say, "Hello, how are you?" Nothing. You would get on there and they would just beat your pants off and then leave the game. Just leave.
Well, the match is probably over before you can even say hello. How are you?
Yeah, pretty much. So that's why I don't even play these fighting games anymore. I just don't do it. I don't do it because I'm gonna get my ass handed. So yeah, so it's interesting, man. I think we can argue, or anyone can really argue that maybe Sony is the platform of choice for folks who are into the fighting genre. And it's look, it's a big move for them. It's certainly I think anytime you can lock up a big franchise in any genre, I think that's pretty much a win-win for that console.
Oh, they have that, and then they I don't want to get off topic too much, but then they got the Kojima. He's not PlayStation, so that's pretty big too.
Yeah, that's right. And you and I didn't get a chance to talk about that because that happened, I think, while you were on holiday. But yeah, that's big news. I mean, I know that I don't think anyone's surprised by it. I mean, Kojima's had a long-standing relationship with Sony. His games have pretty much been associated with, the PlayStation brand. I mean, Metal Gear Solid. I mean, that was, if you remember that game, Lemieux, that was just, to me, that was one of those defining moments in gaming for me. It was such a different experience from anything I had played, up until that point, from an action adventure game. And my days with Metal Gear go back to the Nintendo Entertainment System. So Metal Gear Solid was just one of those wow games,
Yep, absolutely.
And so in his games, those Metal Gear games have always, traditionally sold better on the PlayStation console anyway. So I don't think there's any surprise that, he's there, and it looks like he's bringing a lot of a lot of the folks who were part of his team into the fold now. But what's interesting, Lemieux, is that he's actually not going to own the rights to this new IP. Sony is.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm kind of surprised that he would make a deal like that. But who knows? Maybe they threw a bunch of cash at him. Maybe they said, "Hey, we're going to give you, $1 million," and I'm just making this up, $1 million to do this game, and we're going to, help you. We're going to help fund the development and do the marketing and all that stuff, and we'll give you all the tools and resources you need, but we own the IP.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened, but I don't know. I think Lemieux. I don't think that game's going to make it to the PlayStation 4. His games he releases games every 5 years. It seems like.
Oh, I was just gonna say to you, I think it's gonna be a PS5, probably launch title.
Yeah, launch title, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that would be a big deal, man. To launch. To have his first game. I mean, just think about the hype behind that. Have his first game launch on a new game console. There's going to be there's going to be a lot of anticipation for his next game, and a lot of that's going to be driven by fans of his of Kojima and people even having or being curious of what his next project's going to be. So we'll see what happens. But so some of the other games that are going to be coming out in 2016 for the PlayStation 4, one game in particular that I'm kind of excited about, I don't know if you are, Lemieux, is No Man's Sky, and we finally have a release date for it. It's supposed to drop June 2016. Do you have any interest in this game at all, Lemieux? That's a no.
I'll GameFly it. I'm not gonna buy it. Don't really care about it.
I don't know. Lemieux, you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I thought I lost you. You got quiet, man.
If I'm quiet, that means I'm not hearing anything on your end, and I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
You know what? If you can't hear me, Lemieux, start talking Steelers.
That works.
Yeah. So you're going to GameFly No Man's Sky?
Maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to go that far.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm actually looking forward to this game. Anytime you can give me a procedurally generated universe and up to 18 quintillion planets to explore, that sounds like something I might be interested in or get down with.
Well, you better save up a lot of spare time for that one if you want to visit all those planets.
Yeah, I'll probably never visit all those planets. Probably won't happen, man. Who knows? Maybe it will.
It might.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of console exclusives from you, Tomb Raider's out right now on the Xbox One, doing well. But we're gonna see Tomb Raider make its appearance on the PlayStation 4 holiday of this year.
Yeah, it would probably be like Game of the Year edition or something with all the DLC included.
You think so?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe we could maybe see that.
I mean, it's a must play. You gotta play that game, no matter where you play it. You gotta play it.
I gotta be honest with you. I actually might go back and play that again, maybe on the PlayStation 4.
Oh, I will. I will for sure.
You know, I don't know why, but I might just do that, man. To be honest with you. Um, so one of the other things I wanted to talk about too, Lemieux, and this is kind of a oh, man, and I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm not so sure about VR just right now. At least the PlayStation VR, and that's something that's going to be coming out in 2016, right?
Rumor has it, yeah. I mean, we still don't have a price, and it's probably gonna be $300-400, which is $300-400 too much.
You think it's going to be $300?
Minimum $299.99 is my guess.
Yeah,
And
it's
does it come with the camera? Does it? Because you have to have the camera to work it, right?
you have to have the camera, I think, and the what are those things? The glow sticks?
Move.
Yes, those things. You know what those things look like to me?
I have no idea.
And you know what? I'm not going to say. I'd rather not actually.
That's for the X-rated version.
That's for this podcast that goes on that comes on at midnight. you know.
I hear you.
So I don't know, man. After seeing the demo at Paris Game Show, it just I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling it, man. Did you watch the demos at all on PlayStation VR?
Oh, yeah, it was hard to watch. They were very, very, very embarrassing.
So what was your thought on what's that game? Oh my gosh, what was it? Was it Zombie Taxi Cab or something?
Oh my god, it looks absolutely atrocious.
Modern Zombie Taxi Company. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Oh god, why?
I mean, did you? I don't get that game.
Ah.
I mean, no, I'm being serious. I'm not.
It looks so bad.
I look. I'm not trying to shit on the game because I've never played it. But what is it?
I don't know, dude. It's a disaster.
I just, and that game when I saw it, I was like, I hope this isn't what we have to look forward to VR.
I think it is. I mean, you see that robot golf looks stupid. It all looks stupid.
Yeah, Robot Golf was another one that I just 100-foot robot golfers, robots or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to be honest, I can't say that that's something that that really made me, say I need to have VR.
No.
And I was actually talking to someone who's a developer this past weekend, and he's kind of telling me that Oculus is really where the experience at, and that Oculus with a high-end PC is really where it's going to be, at least for the time being, for VR, where you'll probably get your best experience.
I saw a quote today. Somebody said you're going to need a PC 7 times stronger than what you have now to make it run the way it should run. That's a strong ass PC.
Oh shit! Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
I'm not going to invest anything in that. Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine me trying to run Oculus on my laptop right now? Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even do Hangouts.
Holy shit!
Can you imagine me doing VR, Lemieux? Holy shit!
No,
that shit's not happening, man. Not on my laptop. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. So 7 times stronger than the average PC. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's I was having this conversation with this developer this weekend. He did say you really need to have a pretty powerful gaming PC, gaming rig to really have that full VR experience. And the other thing too, Lemieux, is that these games, Lemieux, have to run 60 frames a second, man.
Otherwise, you'll get all delusional and vomiting.
Yeah, you get motion sickness. So. I think that I think this is kind of a gamble, I think, in some ways for Sony, because I think what we've seen from VR from them so far, and I'm not saying that all the games that we've seen from them have been, terrible. I thought Golem looked pretty cool. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's you know, um, that to me is one of the games that when I saw the VR demo for it at Paris Game Show, I was like, okay, that looks like something appealing to me, right? Um, and that's actually a game being developed by Highwire Games. I think Jamie Grismere. I think he worked on. I think he's working on this game. I know
Okay.
he's. Yeah, I don't know if you know that name. He's done stuff. Well, he's done stuff with Myth 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and then he actually moved over to Sucker Punch, and did some stuff for them. But I believe he's part of that project for or part of that development team that's behind Golem. But it's that to me was a decent looking game. But yeah, the taxi cab and the golf situation, that just wasn't for me, man.
No, I can't get into any of that.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's apparently they're supposed to be coming out with the Drive Club VR game.
Yeah, I mean that something like that I could possibly get into, but the entry price points can be way too high.
What do you think it's going to be?
$299 with the cameras, maybe move in one game. I think it's what's going to be.
You think it's going to be that much? $299?
Yeah,
Dude, I think it's going to be more than that.
it very well might be.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be $400, man.
Oh my god.
I mean, can you imagine?
No. Nope. Count me out.
I don't know, man. And have you seen that it comes with like a power pack?
Yeah, it's like the size of a Wii or something.
Yeah.
Or a Wii U.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the other thing is, the other question I have with VR, and this isn't just with PlayStation VR, how realistic is it for someone to be wearing that headset for an hour, 2 hours gaming, right, Lemieux?
Not gonna happen.
I mean, and then my other question is this something that, is going to lose its novelty after a while? I mean, because you can't really use it for long periods of time.
I mean, it alienates a lot of people. Like if you're home, let's say you're home babysitting, you can't play VR.
You can't.
That's not gonna work.
It's not going to work. Oh man, that's true. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. Oh man. You know what, Lemieux? I'm thirsty, man. I got to get a cold one.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously,
Need-
man.
Need a beer sponsor too.
I do need a beer sponsor. Yeah, maybe get the guys at Miller Lite or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm on the fence, Lemieux. I'm trying to get down with the VR movement, but I don't know, man. I have a little more. I think Oculus is probably going to be the best bet right now. I think in terms of, just from what I've read and what I've heard, and people that, I'm talking to some developers. I think that it's going to probably be a better experience, at least for the time being, on PC or on Oculus.
I don't know. I think they all have a lot of hard work ahead of them.
Yeah, but it's interesting, Lemieux. There's that one VR headset that's out right now by Samsung. What's it called? VR? Is it VR Gear?
Gear VR, I think it is. Yeah.
Gear VR. There you go, man. I got it backwards, but yeah, and you can use that with I think your Samsung Galaxy S6 and Note 5, I think. And
Yes,
that's
my wife
like
has a Note 5. I thought about maybe picking one up.
what's that?
I said I didn't mean to interrupt you. I said my wife has a Note 5, and I thought about picking one up, but it's only like it's like $99 for the VR.
Oh yeah, you let me. If your wife has it, man, you should totally get it. Now I don't know if your wife's gonna let you play, VR a lot on her phone. She might
Probably
snatch that
not.
shit away from you. What do you have? Man? You have an iPhone, right?
No, I had an LG G3, but it was having battery issues. So now I'm using my old stepmom's Galaxy S4 Active.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So yeah, maybe let me. Why don't you get a Note 5, man? Then you can get the Gear VR.
I might have to.
But you know what? For $100, that's not bad.
No, it's not.
And I think for someone who's just a casual gamer, just to kind of pick that up and game, because I think if we're talking about like how much time someone realistically is going to use the VR headset and be comfortable with it. To me, a phone device like that, or I shouldn't call it a phone device anymore, a smart device like that makes sense, right?
I think one of the features I'm most excited about VR, if anything, is more of like the stuff you can do, like taking a tour of like a theme park or just going through the Grand Canyon, just short little experiences where you just walk around and look around, not not exactly playing a game, because the games are just going to be like little tech demos. If you ask me, I don't think it's really worth the investment when it comes to gaming.
Yeah, and I think what you were saying when you quoted that article earlier that you're going to need a PC 7 times more powerful to really run, VR. You're right. I think that at least for the time being, the technology might not be there, or it's there, but it's not maybe necessarily something that people are going to want to put money down on right away. Except for those hardcore, early, adopters that are always, you always have those folks, those group of gamers or tech enthusiasts that will put the money down for new technology. But yeah, I don't think it's quite to the point where even people like us, we're hardcore gamers, might not put the money down and buy something like that or build, a powerful PC rig to do that. I mean, even if PlayStation VR launches at $300, Lemieux, that's not something that I'm going to buy, because if I'm thinking about how much I'm really going to use it, it's just not worth the investment for me right now.
No, exactly. I consider myself a huge, uh, gamer nerd, and I'm always about being the early adopter, and I buy everything day one. But this, I'm not sold yet, and I don't know if I ever will be.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And we'll see. We'll see. I've given thought to maybe trying Gear VR, because my wife has the Galaxy S6. I have the Note 4. I don't think it works on my phone, but I feel like for practical purposes that might be something worth kind of getting into VR. With that kind of device.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but let me because we're talking about PlayStation VR, and I know you're looking forward to that Zombie Taxi Cab game. You'll be playing it a lot with Cocaine's fan. Um, hey, you think Canes fans looking forward to that game?
Oh, I'm sure he's probably has his pre-order money out right now.
All right, so let me just run down a quick list, Lemieux, of some of the PlayStation VR games. There, and these are some of the more prominent titles that are going to be coming out for PlayStation VR. All right, so we have Adrift, Albino Lullaby, Ark Survival Evolved is coming to PlayStation VR. Have you played Ark?
I played it for 30 seconds and deleted it.
You didn't like it?
I think it's pure trash.
Oh my god. Did you did you eat your poop?
No,
Because you could eat your poop in that game.
I don't really want to talk about that game.
You know what, though, Lemieux? I gotta be honest with you. That might be a cool game in VR. But then if I think about how much time you can actually spend in that game, is it going to be comfortable?
Nothing about that seems comfortable to me.
Who knows? Maybe it is. All right. So I'm not going to go down this whole list of you, but I'm just going to scream out the more, well-known titles that people might recognize. So, um, let's hear Dead or Alive Extreme 3. That's interesting. Can you imagine? We know about those Dead or Alive games, Lemieux, right? Can you imagine those
Hmm.
in VR?
Oh, I'm sure my wife would like to see me playing that game in VR. She would probably divorce me.
Oh my gosh! Right with Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I bought that game.
I'm sure you did.
I did.
Just for the achievements, right?
Yes, for the achievements, exactly. Hey, you did, I thought you bought that game too.
Nah.
I don't know, Lemieux. You might be
Check
fibbing here, man.
check my gamer score. I have 0 achievements for that game.
Yeah. Well, you know what? No, nobody can see it on my gamer tag right now because it's not, I don't have my original gamer tag anymore. All right. So Drive Club VR, which I think we knew about. Eve Valkyrie looks pretty good, by the way. I thought for PlayStation VR. Let's see here. What else? Gran Turismo Sport. What else? Let's see here. Um, Project Cars, Robinson the Journey, Tekken 7,
Yeah,
Wayward Sky, and we know about the Until Dawn game they're coming out called Rush of Blood.
stupid.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised to see that go in VR. Um, but for what I understand, I think there's probably still more games coming out on Oculus for right now than there is PlayStation VR. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Oculus seems where it's at. I think that's where it's at right now for VR, man. So anyhow, all right, Lemieux. So we talked about PlayStation VR. Um, we've talked about some of the other exclusive games. We talked about No Man's Sky. We talked about Street Fighter Five, King of Fighters. You know a game I'm really looking forward to that's coming out in April?
No, tell me.
Come on, man. Uncharted 4.
Well, unless it gets delayed again, but it shouldn't. It
Oh,
should
don't
come out.
say that. You can't say that, man. You're trying to jinx it.
Nah, I was happy it got delayed.
Why were you happy it got delayed?
It gives me some time to play some other things to get ready for it.
That's too funny, man. That's too funny. Yeah, so yeah, Uncharted 4 comes out April. I'm looking forward to this game, man. I was kind of disappointed it was delayed. Um, I even went back. I said earlier I went back and bought the Uncharted collection. And Uncharted 2 is still my favorite out of all the Uncharted series.
Holds up pretty well, huh?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. And I mean, Uncharted 3 was good, but I definitely prefer Uncharted 2. I thought that was the best out of all three. Um, I think what we see from Uncharted 4, man, visually looks great, and it's going to be a lot of that frantic, fast-paced action, very story driven game. So I'm looking forward to that. And I didn't get a chance to play the beta. I had the opportunity to, but I just never got around to it. Did you have the beta at all, Lemieux?
No, never had the beta. I have no interest in the online portion of those games, but I'm definitely looking forward to the single player.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that month, man, April's going to be jam packed. So that month we have Uncharted 4. We have Ratchet and Clank. That's another exclusive that's coming out. And I was really impressed, by the way, by the Ratchet and Clank demo they showed.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, you know what it made me think of? You remember when? Do you remember when Sony said, was it the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3, when they promised Pixar-like graphics?
I think it was the two, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't
That's
remember either.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny, man. As I was watching that video, I thought to myself, "We finally have Pixar graphics."
Yeah, it really is. It does look beautiful.
Oh, it looks great. It looks great. Um,
Yeah.
it looks really good, man. I'm really excited for that game. And so we have Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clay coming out, and then we have that month. We also have Quantum Break and Dark Souls 3. So that's April.
I hope Quantum Break doesn't get delayed again.
I hope not either. I really don't. But if it did, it does, and it just gives me a little more time to play some other stuff. But yeah, that's going to be a stacked month, man. I mean, that's to have a month like that's pretty impressive. I think. When you look at traditionally, what April's typically look like for new game releases. That April is almost like a holiday month, like an October almost, with just those big four AAA games that are coming out. So, you know what, Lemieux? I'm gonna have to grab a beer, man. I'm being serious. I'm getting parched here, man.
That's very unprofessional, and you should finish the podcast.
Is it unprofessional?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. That's debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! Hey, by the way, Lemieux, are you keeping up with CS with the computer, whatever it's called, CES? I can't even talk.
CES in Las Vegas. Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
You are. What did you think of those new Samsung TVs? The Ultra HD ones that can detect devices or something in your house. I haven't read there was an article that popped up I saw on Twitter. I haven't read the whole thing just yet, but apparently I don't know. It can pick up different devices. It's like a central hub in your house.
Nobody needs all that.
It's it's kind of scary. It almost makes you think the TV is going to start saying, "Dave, why are you mad at me, Dave?"
I don't know why Dave was the first name you came up with, but
oh, come on, man. Space Odyssey.
Never seen it.
What?
You should know by now I don't watch very many movies.
Wait a minute. What movies haven't you watched?
I told you once I never saw any of the Godfather movies. I never saw Scarface. I don't know. I've never seen any movie really. Although I did see the new Star Wars. That was good.
Oh, what did you think about that, by the way? And by the way, anyone who hasn't seen Star Wars yet, if you don't want any spoilers, stop listening right now. Lemieux the evil. Come to the dark side, young Jedi.
It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, you thought so?
It was 10 out of 10.
Do you think it's the best Star Wars ever?
It very well might be.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's up there, dude.
You know what, man? It's Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back is probably still my favorite because of that major plot twist. But yeah, it was good. I've seen it twice already.
Yeah, I just saw it once.
Yeah, did you see it in IMAX?
No.
Lemieux, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna go back and see it in IMAX. There's a the Smithsonian here, close to where I live, has an 80-foot IMAX theater. Like the screen's like 80 feet wide or something crazy like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm actually I'm looking forward to that, man. I can't. Yeah, I can't wait to see that movie in that form, in that screen. That's going to be awesome. But let me ask you something. What did you think of Kylo Ren?
Oh, I love him.
Did you almost feel like that's how Anakin should have been? Kind of his demeanor, his attitude.
Yeah, Anakin was horrible. That was really disappointing. But Kylo Ren, I think he's really going to be awesome going forward.
He is.
Very happy that he didn't die. And that one, I'm happy that I don't know, he just seems really fucking awesome.
He seems a little badass.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
He
do you
seems
remember what
he seems to have like a little weak side too, like a little bitch side. But he's definitely he's definitely a
little,
badass.
little bitch side? Yeah, he did. Like when he's like he's talking to himself about being called to the light side, and yeah, and he throws his little temper tantrums.
Oh yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yeah, I thought one thing was cool, that one scene where was it Poe, when Poe tried to shoot him with his gun, his blaster gun, and he stopped like the shot midair. Kylo, you remember that in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
And the shot just stayed there, like kind of floating in the air. That was cool
Yes.
to me. That was cool. By the way, Lemieux, I'm telling you, I totally geeked out on Star Wars, man. I got this lightsaber app on my phone. It is awesome. I highly recommend it, man. If you don't have it. All right, Lemieux, you still there, man?
Oh yeah.
You worry me, man. When I hear silence, I get worried.
Me too.
Oh my! Hey, Lemieux, is it getting close to your bedtime?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, man. So we're gonna go down some other exclusives real quick, and we know we've kind of deviated a lot in this podcast, but that's okay. We're getting back. I'm reeling you in. I'm reining you in, Lemieux. So, some of the other first party exclusives that are coming out for the PlayStation 4 2016, The Last Guardian. Now, Lemieux, are you excited about that game? I don't know, man.
I never played what was the other one? Not Eco or Ico, the one after that. What was
Shadow
that
of
one?
Colossus.
Yeah, I never played Shadow of Colossus. But I liked Eco or Ico, whatever the hell it's called. That was cool.
Yeah, those were good games. But we never really saw. I mean, even when we first saw The Last Guardian, we just saw that trailer, and this was, this trailer they showed was a little bit more of that trailer. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about the game. I haven't. I haven't really, read too much about it. We'll see. I'm still. I know they said 2016, but I don't know. I think that if that was a game that got delayed, I wouldn't be surprised. So. And then we were talking about VR earlier. We talked about Gran Turismo Sport that's coming out. I was hoping to see and I know this is kind of a new Gran Turismo. I was a little disappointed they released Gran Turismo shortly before the release of the PlayStation 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, the trailer looked great, and I think this is going to be a great looking game. If I was a betting man, I'd probably say this is going to be a good racing game, just given the history of that series. Is that something you think you might pick up, Lemieux?
I will give it a look. I mean, I don't know how it can be much better than Forza. Forza's incredible, and they released 5 Forzas for every one Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like. I mean, last one I played was Gran Turismo 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll definitely take a look at it, but not for the VR aspect, just because it's a great racing series.
Yeah. We also have Tomorrow Children, Drawn to Death, and Dreams come out. There's going to be the first party exclusives that are coming out in 2016 for the PlayStation 4. And then some of the other, we talked about some of the other third-party exclusive. We talked about Street Fighter V. Firewatch is coming out. Shadow of the Beast. We talked about No Man's Sky already. Hellblade's coming out. Paragon. Boundless. So those are some of the games that, will be coming out in 2016. So, again, we talk about at least first-party exclusive content. They're definitely coming out with more stuff this year than they did last year, which I'm certainly excited about. I think if you own a PlayStation 4, you should be pretty excited by a lot of the first party or a lot of the exclusive stuff that's coming out. And then, on top of that, I mean, I mentioned this on last night's podcast. Both consoles are going to have great third party support. I mean, that much we know. Deus Ex comes out. Did you ever get into the Deus Ex series franchise?
No.
Yeah. Oh, then you got to go back if you can play them.
Well, starting this, I think the 15th or 16th this month, you can grab the last version, with Games with Gold, which the 360 version, but it'll play on your Xbox One.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can.
So I'm gonna be checking that out in a few weeks.
Ooh, good call, Lemieux. Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up too. So Deus Ex comes out. We have a new Madden, which I'm sure you're excited about.
Yeah, I'll GameFly it. NHL is the one I usually buy.
What's that?
Madden on GameFly, but NHL is the ones I buy.
Yeah, how's the new NHL, by the way?
I love it. I'm playing a full season. I'm about 50 games into my season. I'm having a really good time. It's realistic stats.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I like it a lot. Online's pretty good. I like it a lot.
What?
I mean, if you ever want to take the Pens caps, I'll destroy you online.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think one time we played this game online one time, and you kicked my ass, and I think I rage quit. Why are you laughing, man? Because I rage quit.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think I did. Oh man, let me maybe I'll GameFly this, man.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll maybe check it out. Play the Caps. I probably have a good shot though with the Caps, man.
Yeah, they're a better rated team than the Pens.
What's that?
I said I'm sure they're a better rated team than the Penguins, so you got no excuses.
Yeah, I don't.
It's all about the sticks.
It is. So Lemieux, so great. We keep deviating, but I think it's going to be a great, exciting year for gamers, man. On whichever console you own, and if you own both consoles like you and I do, I mean, it's going to be awesome. I think you and I are probably going to be really backlogged with a lot of the content that's coming out. I mean, early on, this year we have, we talked about April being a big month. March, we see Tom Clancy's The Division coming out. Oh man, I cannot wait for that game, Lemieux. I really can't. Anything that that's kind of like post-apocalyptic New York City, I get down with.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give that a try as well.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple people who played the alpha. They say they were really impressed with it.
Nice.
Yeah, and that game could be, it's a tactical squad-based shooter, man. It could be one of those. It could be one of the best shooters of the year. I mean, who knows? I haven't played. I'm just saying. I'm assuming for what I've seen, that this game can maybe be, one of the hottest multiplayer shooters of the year, man. It's something that I know that I could probably get lost in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one for sure.
Yeah, man. So let me. Are you going to get any other? What other games are you going to get on the PlayStation 4 this year? You think, man?
You're putting the dude. Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm getting.
You have no idea?
I can't even answer that question.
Well, you are going to get Horizon Zero Dawn. You mentioned that.
Yeah, I'll be getting that. I mean, I see when it comes to buying games, I don't buy too many games anymore. I usually GameFly everything.
Yeah.
But I can tell you I'm going to be playing a lot of games, but which ones I'm going to buy, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey.
Virtually everything will be played at some point.
Yeah. You know what I'm looking forward to? Speaking of, the other games I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy 15.
I could care less about that.
Really?
I never played a Final Fantasy game.
You know what it looks like? You said you haven't played a Final Fantasy game?
Never in my life. and I never will.
What? What the fuck? What is? Whoa! Wait. Oh, hold on. You've never played a Final Fantasy game?
I have no interest in any of that crap.
Oh my God, Lemieux.
Ah, my.
You you haven't seen The Godfather, and you haven't played a Final Fantasy game.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
I haven't lost all my street cred to be on the next episode of the podcast.
No, oh my, I can't believe this is real. This is it.
It's
You know what, man? I hear you, man. Hey, you know what? Look, we all have different tastes as gamers, right?
yeah.
You know. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, you know they're doing a complete remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I heard it's gonna be like in episodic, and people are all pissed off about that.
I am not pissed off about that at all. I'm actually excited about it, and
Okay.
I can't wait. I really can't. I really can't. So, speaking of other third party games that are coming out this year, man. I don't know about you, but I am excited for Mass Effect.
Nah.
You haven't played that, have you?
I played an hour of Mass Effect 2, and I took it right back to GameFly.
What? Oh my God! What is happening?
It's just not my cup of tea, yo.
Oh man, I hear you, man. Hey, you know what, man? It's all good. You know, maybe next Christmas I'll buy you the Mass Effect trilogy.
I'll give you my address, and you can send it right over.
You could play a little, little BC, a little backwards compatibility. So, oh, you know what, man? Before we wrap up with you, there's one other game that I think looks really cool. Have you seen the trailer for Unravel?
Yeah, that comes out soon, right? In February, I think.
I don't think has it been announced release
I
date.
thought.
I know it's
I
this
think.
year.
I think it's February. I would have to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's February.
I tell you what, the game looks gorgeous.
You just want to play with Yarny's yarn.
Oh boy, I want to tug us on his yarn. I want to tug on his yarn.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen to podcast 6. I'm telling you. You think this is bad? I'm telling you.
Explicit podcasts.
Yeah, that one was. But anyhow, no, that game looked, man. That game looks awesome. I mean, it's
February 9th.
Is it February 9th?
Yep, that's coming
I'm
up.
buying it. I'm buying it.
Maybe I'll get it for Valentine's Day.
There you go. Valentine's Day gift from the wife, man.
That's romantic.
Yeah. And then Telltale Games is coming out with the Batman game.
Oh my
So that's
god.
interesting.
Telltale needs to just calm down.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to play the Game of Thrones games. Did you play those?
I never saw Game of Thrones, so I
Oh my god!
so I don't wanna play those games.
Oh, are you serious?
Dead ass, serious ass.
Hey, Lemieux, can I go get my beer now?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna make you drink from all this breaking news of my incompetence. Huh?
Oh, geez, man. I might have to get you the Game of Thrones DVD set. Get you caught up.
Let's make it Blu-ray.
There you go. Blu-ray. Do you have a Blu-ray player? Oh, of course you do. Yeah, Xbox
Oh,
One,
I got
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. So, hey, how'd your wife feel about you owning both consoles?
She would probably rather me just have one, but this is who she married. So
You know what? That's what I told my wife. She looked at me funny. I love your laugh. She's a Steelers fan.
it's because she's a good girl.
Oh boy. Hey. Easy how you say that. You sound like Bill Cosby.
Or Big Ben.
Or Big Ben. Oh man. That poor guy. All right. So this is gonna wrap up our podcast, Lemieux. I think we're done.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, hey man, you know what? It was nice having you back, man. Like I've said this 1,000 times. I feel like on this podcast, man. I've known you for since the days of Xbox Live Beta. You know,
Oh yeah, dude.
a random chance encounter between two gamers.
That sounds a little creepy.
It was, wasn't it?
I guess.
I think we. How did we meet, man? Did we meet on Revolt?
Probably Revolt or Whacked or NFL Fever or something like that. I don't
Oh my god, I remember Whacked. Holy shit!
know.
How could I forget that game?
You should do a podcast all about Whacked.
You know what, man? We got to get the hard. What is it? The
I don't know. HMC is all you need
yeah,
to know.
the HMC Hardcore Midnight Crew. Yeah, we got to get we got to get those. You know what, man? Seriously, we should get those guys back on, man, and we can just talk about old school online gaming.
I don't think your computer can handle more than 2 or 3 people talking at once.
Shit, my computer can handle Oculus, man. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I didn't get to say. Oh man. I had a funny joke for you. I'm gonna have to tell you offline though. I don't think it's appropriate. It's not.
All right, we'll save it for when we sign off.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to. So hey, but seriously, Libby, man, it's always a pleasure having you on, man. I definitely appreciate the time you coming on, man, and shooting the shit with me to talk about games. And I almost. Yeah, I know we kind of breezed through some of the games that that are coming out for the PlayStation 4, but I really actually enjoyed the conversation we had about VR and that one zombie game. But but all joking aside, I mean, I think we can both say that we're both excited for some of the new content that's come out for the PlayStation 4 this year. We talked about Horizon Zero Dawn being one of those new exclusive games that we're both looking forward to, and then Detroit. Detroit is just, I'm telling you, man, I have high hopes for that game. A big fan of Quantum Dreams and David Cage and the stuff they put out. So I expect that game to be a must-have in my book of 2016 for my PlayStation 4. So, but yeah, for those who are listening, thank you again for your time. And for those who are going to listen later on after the podcast goes up, we appreciate, the views. And hey, let us know in the comment section below what PlayStation 4 games you guys are looking forward to this year. Let us know if you're looking forward to PlayStation VR. And hey, let us know too what your opinion of what the price point might be for the PlayStation 4 VR. Do you think it's going to be, I think you said it's going to be $300?
I think $299, and I think you should tell your fans, whoever comes closest, in the comments, as far as guessing the price, you'll buy them a PlayStation VR.
Yeah, probably not going to happen.
Giveaways,
Probably
man.
not going to happen.
Giveaways.
What's that?
Giveaways.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that's too funny. But I think I said $400, right?
Yeah, you said 400. So we'll see in a month or
So
two.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Well, yeah. So let us know what you guys think. If you think PlayStation VR is going to be $300, $400, let us know if that's something you're going to pick up right away. If that's going to be something you get day one, or if you just kind of wait and see. And then also let us know again what are the most anticipated titles that you're looking forward to playing this year on PlayStation 4. So, Oh, by the way, I don't know if you knew PSN, I guess, was down for a couple hours yesterday.
Yeah, it's been still wonky for me today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's, I don't know. I almost feel like, and I could be wrong, but I do feel like PSN does tend to be a little bit down more than Xbox Live.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and so hopefully that's something that Sony, takes a look at in 2016, and does what they need to do, because they're going to have a lot of stuff coming out, this year. So, All right, so that's our podcast for tonight. Everybody, thank you for those viewers that we did have a couple of viewers. For those of you guys that watched us live, thank you for the support, man. We always appreciate it. Much love, and again, for the people that are going to watch later on, thank you. And hey, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll be putting together some more videos, doing some more live podcast, and again, guys, please leave your comments in the comments section below. So, if you want to see Lemieux come back, let me know. It's like, I'm just kidding. Lemieux's definitely going to be back on other future podcasts as well. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you again for tuning in. Remember, gamers, to game on. More importantly, have fun gaming, and I will catch you all later.
Later.